please, no, no!
The initial burst of next-gen games has long passed, leaving early adopters in the midst of a severe drought. In this slow winter season, developer Press Play has offered up Max, the Curse of Brotherhood, as an Xbox One and 360 exclusive, effectively spilling a thimble of water in the arid gaming landscape. This reimagining of 2010's Max and the Magic Marker retains many of the key elements that made it unique. But with the change in narrative and art direction, does it capture the essence of Max and the Magic Marker?
The forest wall, built to protect the town. On the other side of that, Mustachio's lands.
Tailored for kids, Max, the Curse of the Brotherhood offers a simple tale that never becomes more complex than a toddler's board book. It begins with Max finding his little brother Felix causing havoc in his room. Using the internet, Max reads a spell, opening a portal in which a large arm comes through and grabs Felix. Max has no choice but to follow, and jumps into the portal as well. Within this dimension, the evil Mustachio plans on using Felix's young spirit to regain his youth and reclaim power over the land. An old lady with mysterious powers aids Max in rescuing his brother by empowering his magic marker with her spirit. On top of rescuing his brother, Max is tasked with destroying Mustachio's evil eyes and finding the old lady's medallions. These serve as the game's collectibles, and unfortunately, there's no reward for locating them aside from the achievements. No one likes the chore of collecting trinkets simply for the sake of achievements. Offering unlockables might have added some replayability to the experience. The centerpiece of Max's gameplay is the magic marker he wields. Using its powers, Max manipulates many of the elements within the environment to progress through the gauntlet of physics-based puzzles. Holding down the right trigger and using the left analog allows the player to create and destroy items within the world. At times, the game slows down, giving the player a short amount of time to execute an action. These usually arise during sped up segments, but aren't common. You begin the journey with only the capability of erecting rocky pillars, but as you advance, the marker's knowledge expands. Linking old with the new lengthens the experience and adds a new layer of difficulty to the game, as it requires a good amount of thought when tackling the harder puzzles. You'd expect Max, the Curse of the Brotherhood, to hit a wall in terms of gameplay, but it does the complete opposite, as it evolves with every new interactive object. There are a welcome dose of imagination into the many tricks Max has to offer. It isn't all perfect though. At times the game proposes multiple paths without any clear indication of which takes you to the secret item or the next area. So if you're looking to unlock every achievement, it can be a pain unless you have a guide at hand.
No, not good!
Max is completely vulnerable against enemies, in so much as a sneeze will end him. The game insists on the use of brains over brawn, laying out the environment so the player must use the many tools available to outwit his opponents. It's an interesting take on a genre where stomping on someone's head usually does the trick. Visually, Max, the Curse of the Brotherhood delivers an exciting art style with some gorgeous colors. Across arid deserts, lush forests, swamps to underground caves, and dungeons, you will not grow tired of the many locales visited, though the same amount of excitement can't be expressed towards the character models. Other than Max and Felix, the rest of the cast looks bad with some horrid textures. Combined with the stuttering animations, it seems the models didn't receive the same amount of polish as the rest of the world. Even so, the game isn't affected in any way, but it takes away from what could have been a more refined experience. The vocal cast does a well enough job to tell the tale, but the musical track fails to excite in any way. It usually dies out in silence and never catches your attention. I jumped into Max, the Curse of the Brotherhood, expecting a more thought out narrative, with some gimmicky gameplay mechanics and simple puzzles. To my surprise, the exact opposite occurred, as the puzzles and mechanics outshine the narrative in every way. It's a solid platforming experience with some well thought out puzzles and boss battles. Though the story is a throwaway, the mini puzzles will keep you going when the urge to drop the controller is high. It isn't the best platformer on the market, but its reasonable price and lack of competition make it noteworthy. So highlight it as a maybe and pick it up when you fancy a few puzzles.